Welcome to the chocolate module, designed by Taylor. This video will run through the basics of chocolate, and hot chocolate, giving you the knowledge about the production, down to the taste and where it comes from. If you wish to pause before moving to the next topic, the pause button will pop up at the end of each slide. The flavors and aroma of chocolate. Chocolate has different styles of flavor, along with appearance, aroma, and mouthfeel. We've seen new flavors appear throughout the years, including mint-flavored chocolate bars. However, there are only three main types of chocolate. Dark chocolate naturally has a more bitter taste than milk chocolate, due to containing more chocolate liquor. Commonly produced with sugar, cocoa butter, cocoa liquor, and sometimes vanilla. Milk chocolate. Milder and sweeter because it is made with milk and higher sugar content than dark varieties. It also has a smaller quantity of chocolate liquor, therefore meaning fewer flavors and aromas. White chocolate. White chocolate doesn't actually contain any chocolate liquor. Its unique flavor is from milk or powdered milk, vanilla and cocoa butter, a type of fat that comes from cocoa beans. Aromas and tasting notes. Dark chocolate. Bitter, roasted, fruity, earthy and/or nutty notes. The aftertaste can be bitter, intentionally so. Milk chocolate. Brown sugar, milk, cream, cocoa, vanilla, honey, caramel, nutty and/or malt notes. Mouthfeel, smooth, velvety. White chocolate. Sweet, milky, buttery, vanilla, caramel and cocoa notes. Mouthfeel, creamy and melting. So what is hot chocolate? Hot chocolate is a hot drink made by mixing milk or water with chocolate powder. Are there any types of hot chocolate? Hot chocolate varies in flavor depending on the method used to make the beverage. Hot chocolate has also been reimagined within the last few years with new flavors, such as raspberry and even sticky toffee pudding. Chocolate, as you know, comes from cocoa beans. However, they are only referred to as cocoa once the beans have been roasted. Before this step, it is known as cacao beans, grown from the cacao tree. Here is a picture of the cacao pods before they are harvested. So, we've established cacao trees grow cacao pods, so what is inside of them? Well, inside grows small white beans, around 20 to 50. They have a bitter, earthy flavor, like unsweetened dark chocolate, and a crunchy texture like a coffee bean. You will soon see the journey the beans undertake to get to the chocolate we know. History of chocolate timeline. 2000 BC, Amazon. Cocoa, from which chocolate is created, is said to have originated in the Amazon at least 4,000 years ago. 6th century, AD. Chocolate derived from the seed of the cacao tree, which was used by the Maya culture. Maya called the cacao tree cacahuacuct, and the word chocolate comes from the Maya word shikor latl, which means bitter water. 1200 to 1300. Mayans begin trade with Aztecs. Chocolate then becomes popular with the Aztecs. 1492. Christopher Columbus presents cocoa to the Spanish king. 1519 to 1528. Chocolate is then brought to Spain, and Hernán Cortés begins a cocoa plantation. 1585. Chocolate goes to market, and becomes popular in Europe. 1600. Chocolate becomes more widely available in coffee houses, and chocolate houses in London. 1800. Chocolate becomes an industry. 1828. Chocolate has found a new form, powdered chocolate. 1846. The creation of the first modern chocolate bar is created by Joseph Fry. From then on, chocolate had evolved and adapted to what we now see today. Okay, so what's the process of production? Growing. Millions of farmers grow cacao trees in tropical, often remote environments. Harvesting. Farmers harvest typically 20 to 50 beans per cacao pod. Fermenting and drying. Beans are removed from pods, the natural layer of pulp around the bean heats up and ferments, beans are then dried and referred to as cocoa beans. Marketing. Farmers sell the beans to agents, who bring the product to an exporting company. Packing and transporting. Beans are loaded onto ships, transporting them around the world. The cocoa is stored until requested by the processor or manufacturer. Roasting and grinding. Beans are shelled and roasted, then the inside of the bean is grounded into a paste. The heat melts the cocoa butter into a cocoa liquor. Pressing. Pressing separates liquor into cocoa butter and cocoa cakes. Cocoa cakes can be sold as it is, or ground into a fine powder. Chocolate making. Cocoa liquor is mixed with cocoa butter, sugar, and in some cases milk. This can then be molded and sold in many ways. Where is chocolate produced? The production of cocoa begins in the tropical regions around the equator, where the hot and humid climate is well suited for growing cocoa trees. Ecuador. Ecuador produces only 4% of the world's cocoa. However, the country is responsible for 70% of the world's fine upper-class cocoa. Brazil. Currently, Brazil produces on average 350,000 tons of cocoa per year, of which 90% is destined for exports and the remaining 10% for the Brazilian chocolate industries. Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast are the largest producers of cocoa. In 2016, the Ivory Coast alone produced approximately 1.6 million metric tons of cocoa beans. Indonesia. Cocoa cultivation in Indonesia is a relatively new industry. They barely produced any cocoa until the 1980s. By 2009, cocoa production in the country peaked at 849,875 tons. Nigeria. Nigeria is the world's fourth biggest cocoa producing nation, though the country produces over 300,000 tons of cocoa. Ghana. Ghana is the second biggest exporter of cocoa. The country's cocoa production accounts for 30% of its export revenue. Peru. Peru is the world's ninth largest cocoa producer, roughly 71,175 tons a year, and the world's largest organic cocoa producer. Cameroon. The world's fifth largest cocoa producer. Today, 37% of Cameroon's cultivated soil is dedicated to cocoa farming. Venezuela. Once the world's leading cocoa producer, Venezuela is the cradle of some of the most famous fine aromatic cocoa in the planet. So, what are a few ways of making hot chocolate? Barista machine. Hot chocolate can be made with this machine using the steam wand to foam the milk and the chocolate powder. This method produces smooth, silky and rich hot chocolate. Hot water or milk. Many, especially at home, make hot chocolate with boiling hot water or heated milk, and mix in the powder. This is an easy method, however, the taste and texture is subpar compared to the barista machine method. Service machine. These automatic machines are another common making method. It's quick and easy, tastes better than home making, however they may taste artificial. What is fair trade? If a product is fair trade, you will see this logo. What is fair trade in the chocolate industry? Fair trade helps to make cocoa farming in places like Ivory Coast and Ghana more sustainable by guaranteeing minimum prices, and providing a fair trade premium to invest in local communities, so farmers can provide a better future for themselves and their families. Every time you choose fair trade chocolate, you are supporting farmers and their communities. See the icons below, showing the 10 principles of fair trade. Summary of the hot chocolate module. You should now be able to answer the following. What is cacao? What is the history behind it? What is the process? Where does it come from? Finally, what is fair trade?